Dmitry Bivol believes that Artur Beterbiev will be his hardest test. You think?
Push the weight in no flex the live is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. Nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Dmitry Bivol, undefeated champion, 175. This guy's a hell of a fighter, man. Hell of a fighter. I should have chose a better picture because this is kind of creeping me out now. So I'm just going to turn away as I talk about this. Oh, man. Salute to Dmitry Bivol. He says that Beterbiev is the hardest test of his career. He's a lot stronger than Canelo, and he has good technique. Absolutely. I say often that when Canelo went to 175, he went to fight Sergey Kovalev, and he picked a wounded animal because Sergey was coming off of a hard fight with Anthony Yard, and he didn't have time to heal. And, Sergey was also going through some legal issues, and I don't know, because y'all know I'm not a numbers guy. I believe that he topped off with I want to say a $12 million payday fighting Canelo. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. Canelo returns to 175 to face Dmitry Bivol. Bivol in his prior fight didn't look too well. So Bivol was also a champion. And Canelo, tried to pad his legacy by fighting a guy that was undefeated, well-known, but looked like a wounded animal. And man, did that backfire. Because Bivol pretty much beat Canelo up. He outboxed him, and he proved that he was a bigger man. And I think, looking back at the fight, I think that he took it easy on Canelo. I think he could have got him out of there, but he took it easy on him. But boxing is a strange place where your best win could be your worst loss. Case in point, a guy like Guillermo Rigondeaux, he beats my brother Nonito Donaire. It was supposed to be a great win for him, but HBO said not so fast. That wasn't in the plan. And, y'all know what the industry did to Rigo. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And salute to my brother, Nonito Donaire. But there's a few examples of that in boxing. But getting back to the topic, Bivol's undefeated. And right now, the only fight standing between undisputed is a matchup between him and Artur Beterbiev, who's also Russian by way of Canada. And actually, this fight should have happened, last year before that or so. But I recall Mauricio Silly Man, and I call him a silly man because this is ridiculous. He said that Artur and Bivol could fight, but it won't be for the WBC strap because of the Ukraine-Russia situation. That has nothing to do with this sport. They were acting like Bivol was waving the Russian flag and this is for Mother Russia type of thing. It wasn't that. He had nothing to do with that. He's an athlete. He wasn't even in Russia when that happened, I don't think. But it don't matter. They were holding up his purse, all kinds of weird stuff. Mauricio, to me, that was just sour grapes for beating on Canelo. Because Canelo's his baby. So realistically, the WBC held up that undisputed matchup. But enter Turkey Al-Sheikh and the brothers down there in Saudi. And this is one of the good parts where I like to see the Saudis get involved. Because one thing you'll never have to worry about is venue and money. You don't have to worry about A side, B side. Look. How much to make this fight? How much do you want? We'll come to a reasonable solution with this. But Turkey wants to get this done. So I salute them in that aspect. And now it's a real conversation. And Dimitri Bivol says, look, this will be the hardest test of his career. And I agree. Artur Beterbiev, a.k.a. General Zod, and let me point this out. I was the first person to start calling Artur Beterbiev General Zod. I repeat, I was the first person to start calling Artur Beterbiev General Zod. That came from me. So when you see that anywhere else, it started here.
Why do you say this to me when you know I will kill you for it?
Salute to Artur, General Zod. But anyway, I'm going to read a quote from Dimitri Bivol. He says, to be honest, I believe that it's the hardest test. Bivol told host Jamie Ward during an episode released Sunday on Matchroom's YouTube channel. He says, he's asked, why? Because he's stronger. He's talking about the comparison to Canelo. I know he's physically stronger than Canelo, and he has good technique too. Many people talk about his power, but they forget about his technique because his power is too much better than his technique. But he still has good technique. I'm telling you right now, man, Artur Beterbiev is fighting in the wrong era. He's fighting in the wrong era. That guy is something else. After he takes care of business, he goes home, hangs out with his family. He's a devoted Muslim. And then when they hit him up and they say, hey, man, you got a fight coming up, he hits camp, and that's it. No smoke and mirrors. He's all business. There's another quote. He says, first of all, he's strong. Bivol said he's very strong. He's like stone, I'm reading how it's written. His punches is very hard, and his body is hard. And then he believed in himself a lot. I'm reading how it's written because, he talks, but he's speaking English, but English is a second language. And he has a lot of experience. If you see on his record, it's not much fights as pro, but he has a lot of experience as an amateur. It helps him. And what else? He uses his body shots with the right hand. It's a good body shot. He is a strong man. This is one of the important things. I'll put the link in the description if you care to read it. It's on Boxing Scene. But listen, I like this fight. I think this fight is important for boxing. Beterbiev, aka General Zod, is all business in that ring. And this fight has to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Look, man, listen, all jokes aside, Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol must happen for undisputed. Both of these men are undefeated. Both of these men are underrated. And I think both of these men are disrespected. Canelo versus Bivol was a mismatch. And you would think that once he beat Canelo, his market would have shot to the moon. But as you can see, it has not. It has not. Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol is the best fighting the best. And if you say you love the sport, then show it by demanding these fights to happen. There's no excuse for this not to have happened. Understand, Mauricio Silly Man, the WBC said that these men could fight, but we're not putting up our belt. So why would you say that when the man is paying sanctioning fees for the belt? If he's paying for it, that should mean he should be able to put it up to get something greater. And this is the same sanctioning body that invented a franchise status, which has disappeared. Where is it? It's gone. It was used. And remember, if you follow me, Steve Espinoza told me that he heard that Mauricio might be getting rid of it. I said, well, Steve, that's the reason why we didn't get Canelo versus Jamal Charlo years ago. That's the reason why we didn't get Devin Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko 2 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, actually. He said, well, you know, it was an idea and it was used for what it was for, to protect their best interest. At the time, Canelo Alvarez was in the best interest of business for the WBC. They saw more value in Vasily Lomachenko than they did Devin Haney. That's all it was, and it was proven. This is the same sanctioning body that stopped undisputed between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. And now, salute to the Saudis, because Turkey just came in and he wants to talk Turkey with them. For those of you that don't know, that's what we mean when we're talking about money. Let's talk some Turkey. Let's talk Turkey. It's an old term. So salute to Turkey Al-Sheikh for squashing the money conversation in boxing, squashing the venue conversation in boxing. Saudis mutual ground. And if the Saudis see value in your matchup, they will gladly foot the bill. You will be satisfied financially, and Saudi is mutual ground. What's the excuse? And like I said before, if any of the sanctioning bodies are on their nonsense and they pull that, hey man, we ain't putting up our belt, but they could fight, I would suggest Bivol and Beterbiev go get your money, and I'm sure the Turk could create a belt. You know, the WBC loves to create belts. The Black Lives Matter belt, the Pride belt. Right. Create a belt. Create a platinum for the person who wins and a solid gold for the person who loses. But we'll know the truth. Because if the fight happens, whoever wins, the supporters will say, okay, this guy in our eyes is undisputed. We don't care what the sanctioning bodies did in this aspect. But this fight needs to get done. Salute to Artur Beterbiev and salute to Dmitry Bivol. I wish both of them luck, and I just wish that they get this done. I hope they get this done. And shout out to Saudi for assisting in getting this done. Let's get it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bronx on deck.